a ghost. The theory is it's Gilbert, the old landlord.
He died here in 1978, and he was a bit of a stickler for tradition. Maybe he doesn't like what I've done with the place.
So you got Gilbert the Ghost after you?
Gilbert the Ghost, yeah, great name.
Who are you going to call?
Not Richard Hosking, the electrician. He's got his own ghoulish story from when he was doing the renovations.
I heard the swing doors go, and then footsteps up the stairs.
So Richard called out to the only other person in the pub.
He came out of the kitchen behind me. There was no one upstairs, so
What do you think then?
yeah, a little bit freaked out. Just got on with the day, really.
This is a stool that apparently mysteriously was pulled back, or luckily it pushes in as well. And in a pub with plenty of spirits, plenty of beers, have a ghost chip, thanks. Cheers. Perhaps it's not surprising that after a few, people tend to see and even hear a few things.
True or not, it's just in time for Halloween, and the attention is bringing in even more punters.
What do you do with Gilbert?
What do we do? Well, we've been asked whether we want to perform an exorcism, but he doesn't seem to be a scary ghost. Nothing malicious has
Not yet.
happened.
Ah, friendly ghosts. The very best.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to MURKradio. Welcome, my Murkies. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. You know, life can be a confusing thing, and I think arguably the most confusing thing about life is what happens after it's over. We don't know. Jury's out, right? But there has to be something to this ghost stuff, right? Has to be. Too many sightings. I feel the same way about UFOs. I feel the same way about most paranormal things. There has to be something more to it. So I say we commit every Wednesday for the next however long to the paranormal. And so for our first Paranormal Wednesday, I want to talk about ghosts. I want to talk about the afterlife. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you think about the afterlife. Do you believe in an afterlife? Do you believe in ghosts? You know, I've heard from us, the Murkies, that definitely do and can communicate with them. We have some mediums in the audience. We have some high vibrational frequency people out there. Hey, good morning, Rock. Good morning, good morning. And I want to get into it. I want to get into everything about it. I want to know, you know, what you think ghosts are. I kind of have my own opinion, you know. I like to do a little personal meditation where I think about what life would be like, what the earth would be like without the existence of visual time. And we look like worms, right? We look like worms writhing across the surface of the earth. And sometimes we go underneath the surface of the earth. And so maybe what these ghosts are is we're just catching pieces of the worm, if you will, as we intersect over or below it. That's just one way my mind tries to wrap my head around. My mind tries to wrap itself around ghosts all the time. My friend Lau would say, don't try to grapple the unfathomable. It's a waste of time. Distracting you from enjoyment, right? But I don't feel that way with ghosts. I very much enjoy my time checking this shit out. Call me a spoopy dude, I just love it. But I want to find some actual ghost sightings real quick. On camera, baby. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Let's check out. Let's just put on some compilations of some ghosts. Let's just try to start our day right with this kind of shit. Squirrel nut zippers hell.mp3. What up, Guardy? Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, Unicorn. Glad you guys are in here. Again, I'm down here in the lounge and Discord if anybody wants to come join me. Anybody wants to call in, we're going to have open call-ins all day today. I want to hear your ghost stories. I want to know if anything's ever scared you. I got a few ghost stories of my own. I'll share here in just a bit. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, daddy. The fuck? This looks like a whole tuft of pubes just slowly floating through that kitchen, baby. The hell? That's a Sasquatch. We know the truth here at MURKradio, though. The real Bigfoot is thick Bigfoot. Bigfoot gotta have that thickness, man. Maybe it's a little early for ghosts, but boy, do I want to go there today. Boy, do I want to go there today. We did kind of a vote last night. What should we do for Wednesday? And we decided unanimously paranormal. It was going to be entertainment news, so I'm really glad it's ghosts instead. It's getting close to Halloween. My son's a spoopy boy. He loves him he likes that spooky, scary skeleton, you know what I'm saying? He's all about that stuff. But my son's like me. He's thick biggie pubes. That's exactly what's floating through that kitchen, day tripper. Sean says, I never believed in ghosts until I seen and talked to one in my house. She didn't know she was dead. Long story, but she took human form, would not speak, shook her head yes or no. Holy shit! That's really similar to an experience I had one time. So my father and my stepmother moved into a house that was owned by my stepmother's aunt. And it used to be a hospice house. People used to go there to die. I didn't, again, pretty logical human for the most part. I don't really, at the time in particular, I didn't really believe in anything like that. I move in, right? And I'm talking, brother, I'm there for fucking 2 nights maybe. And my father starts talking in his sleep. He starts saying the name Clara. And we're like, bitch, we don't know a Clara. Who are you talking? Who's Claire? Who are you talking about? Saying like long names and stuff. And I just having almost like violent waking nightmares, right? And we go to move the stove because we have to clean. We're cleaning behind the stove. And there's a bottle of pills to a Claire that used to live there and died in that room. That was fucking freaky. So, that was one of those things where we all just kind of go, whoa, that's crazy, right? It doesn't stop there. We start hearing people walking up and down the hallway all the fucking time. My father and I are constantly popping our heads out our doors like, what the fuck was that? Who's in the house, Nobody. It was never anybody. Shortly after that, I'm in one room and I start hearing what sounds like, I shit you not, a ventilator. I hear this I hear some Darth Vader shit all night. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is the AC broken? Is there someone outside being a creeper? Is there a Darth Vader toy somewhere just activating the breathe thing nonstop while I'm trying to sleep? No. Couldn't find shit. Fucking, we just moved in. There's nothing there. So I switch rooms with my father. He has no problem switching rooms. Him and my stepmother switch rooms with me. Because they're kind of skeeved out by their room. I had no issues in the room I was in once I switched, right? I loved it. Enjoyed the rest of my time in that bedroom there. I don't know if maybe there was a ghost in there that just got along with me or what. But a week later, after I started hearing the ventilator noises and moved into a different room, I opened the shed out back, which belongs to my step-aunt. And it is full of respirator equipment. Like breathing machines and shit. Like oxygen tanks. Guys, I fucking turned green. I freaked the fuck out. Oh, thank you, Goth Angel Tarot. But I freaked out, boy. I thought for sure it basically confirmed my ghost feelings. I'm like, man, I'm hearing somebody who's no longer with us struggling to breathe. Oh, we love you too, Goth Angel Tarot. And once I hopped once I kind of started digging in this shed a little bit again, I think I had to open it up to make space for a cousin of mine's motorcycle or something. And I find these VHS tapes. I've never fucking watched them. They didn't belong to us. I guess they belonged to the hospice house people, because when Auntie got the house, it came with all that shit. Oof. Freaked me out. I mean, bad. So then the ghosts start fucking with my friends. And I have friends to this day that are like pretty metal kind of cats. Like, I don't, you can't really scare them. You're not gonna scare them with a horror movie. But this house would freak my friends the fuck out. It fucked with my friends. That's really the only way I can say it. I had a house that fucked with my friends. Like, they would see shit. A dear friend of mine had a headboard fall over on him. And April White, I do paranormal investigation. Hey, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love talking paranormal investigation. So does Arianthe, my frequent co-host. She's a bit busy today. She's got to get her baby Murkies to the dentist. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, I scheduled a goddamn paranormal day while our in-house head Merc Mystic is fucking busy. Just show you guys the kind of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure himbo moves I make sometimes. Oh no! They're absolutely true. Some of the stories that I could tell you would really freak you out. You would love to come ghost hunting with us. I'd love to, April. Again, I've gone on, I want to go on some Arianthe's ghost tours and stuff. I grew up really close. My family's I have a branch of my family from Eureka Springs, and we have a family cemetery there. And that, so I grew up going to the Crescent Hotel, and just kind of acknowledging that side of the paranormal. We fucking go into it in my family, man. We'll believe in ghosts. They absolutely do. Every time, we've had multiple great grandmothers make it into like living memory, and for some reason the great grandkids always, like, the night they pass away, every great grandparent, like my uncle has a story about this, I have a story about this. Every time a great grandparent passes away, it's like we have a dream about them. Fucking weird. There's something to, I think, genetic familiarity and this, like, I don't know, energy resonance these ghosts are leaving behind. But back to this hospice house I lived in, lights would flick on and off. And by what I mean by flick on and off is you could either hear someone hit the switch or you could see the fucking lamp twist and click. Like, it freaked my fucking friends out. Like, it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. And ever since that, I was a teenager when this happened, so I had just started smoking weed and stuff, and boy, did that shit blow my mind open. I started going to music festivals while I was still living there. I come back from a music festival. I'm kind of hungover. I'm chilling in this little parlor area we had in the house, right? My stepmother had this fake bowl of fruit. And a fucking fake apple from the top of it just flies across the fucking kitchen and hits the wall. And I see it from the parlor. I'm like, well, hello? Like, I basically do like that girl who got the water poured on her in that Vine back in the day. I'm just like, oh, hello? Is anybody there? And there was nobody fucking there. And the fake apple was like hot. Like it had been fucking, like it exploded and flew across the fucking room. It was crazy. And again, I was completely by my fucking self. Like, not the biggest house. I kind of searched it quick. You know what I mean? Like, family I'm from too used to fucking go around clearing those corners, making sure shit's Gucci, man. Someone likely to get their cheeks clapped, but what's Curly got? I have a group website on Facebook, Debbie. Oh, right on, Curly. Oh, right on, Curly. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Hey, share the link in our Discord. We also have a Discord too that we organize through. I have a spirituality and kind of woo-woo text channel. So you guys are welcome to hop in there anytime too and share with me your paranormal everything. I've also opened up a Merk's direct messages text channel. So if you guys have something you want to send me directly or you want to ask me directly, I've kind of had a hard time keeping up with my social media. So the quickest place to probably reach me, you Murkies out there, is the Discord Murk direct messages. Just send it right to me, baby, and it might end up on the show. That's probably the quickest way, other than like a super chat or something. My phone's become like unusable. Like it's just flooded with notifications. Like I can't do shit with it. And nothing makes me happier, honestly, than seeing like a Discord that's active. Like I'm not going to turn those notifications off because, you know, I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm trying to make sure I click on every one of those damn notifications. It just takes time. So I've set up a direct messages thing. Roanoke Paranormal and UFO, right on. It's a picture of an alien close-up. Right on, Curly. You know, I also kind of believe in this lower energy kind of demon stuff, but I will say that what I have actually experienced felt like the remnants of humans. And I had really no other explanation for that. Again, like my experience, it's one of those things like you'll never hear me probably talk about my ghost stories outside of a Wednesday on this show, or New Paranormal Day, because it's just hard to, it's one of those things hard to fucking explain. Like you guys know me on this show. I'm a fairly analytical person. I try to find like the human behind the monster and things like that. I don't try to stay pretty real with it. I don't like sensational headlines and stuff like that. And, I do feel the love. I love it, Tripper. I love it so much. Yeah, I felt just what felt like the remnants of humans, someone's intrinsic field. You know what I mean? When you feel someone come up behind you, but you don't hear them, there's no other sense. You can't really quantify how you know someone came up behind you, but you feel it. You feel like their intrinsic field. That's the closest. I mean, that's what it felt like being in that house. Like people would just kind of come in and out. And after a while, it got to where I was like living with, oh, thank you so much. I've had 2 pairs this whole time. I just, these are kind of my comfortable glasses. I've been wearing the round ones, trying to get more used to them and experimenting with just the shape of my face. But I normally wear big old plastic frames. You know, like I'm Uncle Junior from The Sopranos or something. It's not if they are real, but why. Yeah, and you know, that's kind of my thing. Is it definitely feels like the remnants of people. It seems like at times there were maybe situations where I was dealing with somebody lost in time, or like somebody who didn't have everything there, you know, like their full wherewithal. The only way I can describe it. Let's see, Curly, I've been noticing a lot of people are starting to wear big frames again. I guess they're coming back in style. Hey, I in my opinion, they never left style. You know, I want some full-on Uncle Juniors. Like I want some big old daddies. I want some Larry Kings. So I'm gonna get some Larry Kings at some point. But I dig these ones, man. These are some cool frames. Zenni Optical, guys. Don't overspend on your frames. Get your prescription. There's an app I can link you to if you need to get your prescription from your old set of frames, and order some shit off Zenni Optical, man. Don't be paying hundreds of dollars for frames, dude. That's a fucking ripoff, by the way, guys. If you guys think my frames are stylish, I paid $30 and got a buy one, get one. So there's a comfort in ghosts, knowing there is something after death. Yeah. I can remember seeing them as far back as being 9 years old at my grandmother's house here in Missouri. Missouri's haunted as shit. I'll say that, April. Got family that lived in, you know, I spent every summer throughout my childhood in Kansas City, Missouri, around Claycomo County. My grandfather worked at the Ford factory, and there's multiple weird old things I've been to where it's like, I swear I experienced something that was paranormal. You know what I mean? Like Missouri's just one of those places, man. Once you get into the Ozarks, though, man, you get up from the Ozarks. April, just a little background on myself. I'm from Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. Spent my holidays in Kansas City or Eureka Springs, or touring with a band. I use iBuyDirect, which is the same thing. Yeah, Gardy, same thing. Say iBuyDirect. That's the same manufacturers as Zenni Optical, I believe. And yeah, again, like when you buy from the manufacturer, of like glasses frames, you're suddenly not paying $140 for one set of frames, which was the cheapest I used to be able to get it. Sean says that's not far from me. Yeah. Ooh, on Thursday, I'm excited. Heck yeah, April. Yeah, be sure to let us know. I'd love to cover and promote what you got going on. April White says the Crescent Hotel is absolutely haunted. Yes, Arianthe used to work there. Arianthe used to give my frequent coach. She used to give ghost tours there. She still gives ghost tours. She's also into the paranormal. Her boss is the gentleman from Meteorite Men. So again, this show we're friendly with the paranormal. You're about 20 miles. Yeah. See, I did the St. Augustine ghost tour for Halloween. I never did any type of history research prior to the tour. While on the tour, I kept seeing the ghosts of the tour before the guide said a thing. Oh yeah, unicorn. That's probably spooky as hell. Again, I felt like for the most part, the ghosts that I've experienced were, it felt like fairly modern deaths. Like I felt like they died in the 80s or 90s. And a friend of mine swears he saw Clara, the ghost I was telling you about that hopped on my dad while he was sleeping. Swears he saw her, man. Described her pretty well, and step aunt says, yeah, that fits the description of the lady that died in that room, and But again, I feel like she would fuck with guests a lot more. By the end of me living at that house, guys, I'm telling you, if like a bump in the night would happen, I would yell at it. I wasn't playing that shit anymore. I was over it. I was like, nay, shut the fuck up. I told the ghost to shut the fuck up or go away or hey, you're dead. I would say mean shit sometimes, like shut the fuck up. I basically became a teenage, like they became my first kind of roommates. Like fucking sick of them. Like, hey, stop. There'd be times we'd be cooking something, it might fucking explode out the pan. Some weird poltergeisty shit would happen, like toward the end of us being there. But the way my father normally bounced out of a place, kind of high energy. So, but the energies were just stirring shit up, man. Insurance never pays if you want scratch resistant and glare resistant, but insurance will pay for everything else. They just won't pay for those two things. Yeah, my insurance wouldn't. My insurance, even still, at the optical places I used to go to, even with my eye coverage, they're like, hey, $150 for these frames. But yeah, Zenny or like any eyewear place online is just a better way to go. Better way to go. What do we got here on screen? What is this ghost encounter? We just got a person being spoopy out in the distance. Yeah. So there's been plenty of when I was younger than my teenage years, I definitely kept the potentiality open for ghosts, but like the particular me that moved in to this hospice house, guys, was like couldn't have been more skeptical of a human. I was pretty jaded at the time. I had like entered full on like, fuck you, mom, like fucking mode. Like I was a teenager, and yeah, shit like that. We would see shit fucking wiggle around and stop, like somebody was specifically holding it and touching it. It was fucking weird. Did y'all know the killer that killed the kids in the Valisa axe murder house? His spirit is still trapped in the attic of that house. It's been proven they captured his voice on a recorder EVP. Oh, yeah, word. A lot of premium anti-reflective coatings are covered. You just need to ask your eye care pro. They won't tell you. One-time redo is the norm with the labs in the US. Not where I was from, Brendatron. They were cunts about it. They wouldn't give me scratch proof for free at all. But I'm from, I don't know, they were assholes to me. And to the point I just went to the internet. After all these years, the haunted house in Reseda, I guess Ghost Adventures were there. Yeah. Yeah. I think he likes being there. Yeah. Oh yeah, if you guys can hook April White up, Discord's just an app you can get. It's free. You can hop in here and talk and voice chat. You can be on the show through Discord. I do all the organizing through Discord. Oh yeah, I mean that was a pretty bad experience, I suppose. Again, like I think my friends had a worse time than I did with ghosts. Like it was just they were freaked the fuck out. I kind of at a certain point just felt like it was other humans and just started treating them accordingly. Like if they were being loud in the middle of the night, I'd say shut the fuck up. If they were, and they would after a certain point. Like it got to the point where I'd be like stop, and they just stop. Like, or I could kind of buck my energy up is the best way I could say it. Like I could posture myself in a certain way and be like, are y'all trying to y'all are fucking dead, what you got, you know? Like I would come at them and they would go away, they'd fuck off. So, you know, again, with my experience, I kind of feel like ghosts are bitches, but you know, from a fairly tough family, and I kind of punked out some ghosts. That's how it felt by the end of it. But again, at first it scared the shit out of me. I mean, scared the shit out of me at first. Like, bad. Like, I had no fucking clue. I was like, oh man, this is the fucking paranormal. Ghosts are fucking real. I had totally given up on Jon Stewart, the medium. I was like, he fucking came out as fake. I'm out. I'm over it. I moved in that fucking hospice house. Boy, it freaked me the fuck out. The church says if a ghost takes human form, it is demonic. The ghost I talked to was not demonic. She seemed lost. Yeah, I don't, you know, depends on which church you're talking about by the church. Who's the church? You talking about the papacy? What are you talking about? Because my church is different than your church, probably. Mine's a synagogue, so. The Hasidim doesn't, I mean, it's not like that. There's definitely demonology, but it's not, you know, I don't think I've ever heard if it takes the shape of a human. It's specifically a demon from the Hasidim, but that's my church, you know. Jesus. But Catholic, gotcha. Yeah, the papacy. Yeah, the papacy probably. You know, they have the most quantified little branch of demonology, right? Out of most of the Orthodox religions. So that makes sense to me. That makes like absolute sense to me. That they would kind of have like. I bet you there's been examples where they're like, we know it was a demon, but it took human form, so therefore all demons take human form. And that's only demons. That spoopy face on that TV. That's just a TV face. What up, Tripper? You might be a little bit muted, but you might have to push to talk. No, the lounge shouldn't be set up that way. You should be able to just chit chat.
Oh, okay. I think am I here?
Yeah, there you are.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, April's from St. Joseph, 30 miles north of Kansas City. Yeah. I've been up through St. Joseph. Word. Shout out St. Joseph. Yeah, Missouri's spooky as shit. I won't lie. I've had some spooky ass experiences in fucking Missouri. Well, really just, I don't know, man. The Ozarks, I love the place. Freaks me the fuck out. Eureka Springs is probably one of the spookiest places I've ever been to. Like, my family's cemetery is kind of spoopy. It's like, ugh.
All right.
There you are.
So this house behind me, this lady, she died in it.
Oh.
And then they left everything, and they just left it to rot. And we went inside, and we found like this Book of the Dead, and then I found an original Ouija board. And I took it, and oh my god, I played with it for years, and it scared the living piss out of me.
Holy shit. That's a spooky looking house, too.
Yeah, I had to, like, return everything that I ever took from that house, because I was like, bad juju, man.
You can have it back. You can have it back.
I was like, I don't want it.
There's some people I've lost personally, right? Where I feel like there's times I can feel them around still, which is weird. Because there's definitely people I've lost where it's like, I know they're gone. Like, they're not part of this, like, the cycle anymore. Or whatever the fuck's going on. But, like, cursed items. Now, when you bring that up, like, that's how I felt when I opened that shed in the back of that hospice house and found a bunch of ventilator equipment. I was like, no! This is how you get ghosts. You keep their shit around.
Yeah, I, like, firmly believe that.
Oh, it freaked me the fuck out. But then again, like, I got, like, if I was to go back in that house today, I'd probably be, if I was to hear a bump, I'd probably fall right back on, like, fuck off! Go away! Like,
No, you're ballsy telling him to go away. I couldn't do that.
oh yeah, I'm made of nuts though. I would. My father and I both would kind of hit the hallway and say, "Shut the fuck up," and then we'd hear ghosts stop. So I don't know if you got kind of big energy, throw it at those ghosts. From my experience, they'll kind of piss off. Now my baby mama had a really weird situation happen one time at a family reunion of hers. But I'm convinced she's a witch. And you know, there's like the whole fucking family came to this fucking, we had to drive through a whole bunch of bullshit in the middle of like Marshall, Arkansas. And we end up in this like Civil War graveyard. What up, Arianthe? And everybody's like taking photos. They're seeing orbs in the photos and stuff. We're all kind of talking, having a good time. I'm stoned as all hell. And baby mama just falls out, poof, hits the ground, starts crying. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? And everyone's like, holy shit, we saw a little girl just walk into your baby mama. And I was like, oh no. And yeah, I straight prayed in Hebrew. I didn't know what else to do, and I felt like the ghost fucked off. You know, I also tried to bring that energy like fuck off, and it didn't work. So maybe that's just where I was. Had some old hospice ghosts. Oh, those are cool.
Reminded me of you. Cracked me up.
I love that. That's
I feel like the reason they tell you to pray when you see spooky things like that is because it's a way of bolstering your energy.
Yeah, see, I'll bug up on them. Like I get real. I feel like I don't know. I don't like feeling. I was raised by a felon, so like I'm not locked in here with you, or like, you know, you're locked in here with me, fucking ghost. I'm not playing that shit. I'm alive. What can you do? I can fucking throw things at you for realsies and repeatedly.
Yeah, but I feel like they could to an extent.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I was waiting to get lifted off the ground or something. I was like, man, this might not work out. There was a couple times I'm like, did they just slam the door?
I played with it, and then I tried to talk to my friend that had passed when he was 15.
Oh.
And then when we were done, I'm just standing there, and then I felt someone hug me, and he used to give these really tight hugs, and I was like, there's no freaking way.
Ooh.
But I was like, I think it was him.
I couldn't imagine feeling a familiar hug. It had to have been. I mean, if it hit
It was
that...
so weird because I've never experienced anything like that, and I was like, that wasn't real. Like,
Yeah.
but I felt it.
Yeah. I'm coming. What does Arianthe say? I don't like feeling? Oh. Hey. I will holler back at it. Again, I've been waiting for one to kind of like seriously fuck me. When I was a kid, I woke up with scratches on my back one time. And my mom was convinced it was a ghost, but I'm still not wholly convinced it wasn't just myself or a cat or something. But it was weird. Like, I woke up with scratches over my back. My mom used to swear a house we lived in when I was a kid in Bella Vista, Arkansas was haunted as shit. It was like an old modular house. It was like obviously moved to the plot of land in 2 pieces on a truck or something. And it was a pretty scary place. Like, it had a very weird vibe upstairs where we had like a toy room, but like I don't I don't remember anything, actually seeing anything other than waking up one time with scratches on my back. But I didn't have weird dreams that night. I happened to walk across the house shirtless, and my mother was like, "Why are you covered in scratches?" And little like 9.
That happens to a lot of people.
Yeah. Little like 8-year-old me was like, "I don't know. I'm 8 in Arkansas, so I sound like Joe Exotic. What's wrong with my back?"
We usually just say, "Oh, it was me in my sleep."
Yeah, like it must have been. But I guess looking back, it was kind of in places that's like I don't think I could have reached. But that doesn't mean I didn't like bump up against my bed frame or something, or have something stupid in my bed that scratched me the fuck up. I think my sister swears she saw a ghost in that house when we were kids, but I don't remember. I don't think so. For some reason, I block out a lot of that house. Maybe there was ghosts. I remember a lot.
I saw a ghost cat one time.
Ghost cat.
That was weird. Yeah. Okay. So I really didn't believe it. I thought my friends were playing tricks on me because we were playing with the Ouija board, and I was like, "Oh, they're moving it."
Yeah.
And then we're laying there on the bed and we're done, and she goes, "Do you see the cat?" And I was like, "No." And there was 3 of us, and we're laying in the bed together, and all 3 girls. And then all of a sudden, I felt it lick my hand. It like came up on her. I saw it, and then it licked my hand.
Whoa. He was alone and we had no cat. Derek did that once. So he had the fucking ghost cat. What if a ghost cat scratched our backs up? That'd be fucking. Because it felt. I thought maybe it was a cat. Looking back, I think maybe my sister had just taken in a stray or something. But I don't. My door was closed and we didn't share rooms at the time. It was like, I remember that being one of the first times my sister and I as youths didn't share a room because we grew up pretty broke. And I remember thinking, fuck yeah, I got my own room. I'll keep this door closed all the time and put some shit on the front.
Right?
Like stay out.
Privacy.
Yeah, stay out. I was sleeping with my mom in my aunt's room. I couldn't sleep. Light from the window was shining on the closet where I saw a mist start to form till it got about 5 feet tall and 3 feet wide, says Happy Days. Wow! A mist form.
I'm running.
See, now we're starting to talk about different. I need to get the notepad out and start taking like account of different types of ghosts, I guess. Because, we've got the classic orbs. We've got these mist forms. You've got that sleep paralysis looking guy who's just a shadow that dances or whatever.
You got Biggie pubes moving across the floor.
You got Biggie pubes moving. You got someone needs to sweep. You got... That's what it looks like. Bigfoot needs to sweep. The Hendersons need to sweep. Harry also needs to hit up Dollar Shave Club. And also put that shit in a Walmart bag or whatever. Take it outside. Flush it. Do whatever. Damn, Biggie. But I'm going to just kind of take some note of some of these because I'm sure we'll do more ghost episodes, I'd like to go actually take our Wednesday show maybe to a ghost place someday. Like a haunted place. A ghost place. A haunted place sometime.
A ghost place.
You have, there's also the ghost that, my friend says he basically saw an old woman in the form of, a force ghost. He's like, she was like a person, but see-through.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
It's, just, translucent.
No, I wanted to see, one of the mediums in here.
Oh, yeah, we'll probably get him in here soon. I'm actually toying with the idea of pushing the morning show back a little bit and running it further into the day, but later in the morning or something. I'm about to be only an hour apart from the eastern side of the country.
Yeah, you're an hour before me. So you start before I even go to work.
Yeah, I start early as shit. And I start at 7 o'clock here, so...
Oh no, I did the math and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, so I should probably push it back a little bit. I'm trying to also find the time to do a primetime show so that I just can get more of the mommies in here because a lot of our mediums and Murk Mystics are also parents. And
yeah.
I'm specifically shooting when you're working or when you're taking care of your kids. Hands in mouths. Ooh, guys, Lux is at work right now, about to put some hands in mouths. That's unfortunate. Motherfuckers just can't act right.
So I watched this psychic online, and I've been watching her for a really long time. And the way she views things, I really started to like adapt to the way that I view things.
Okay.
Because it just, the way she describes it makes sense about the afterlife. And how do I explain this? Like, after you go, you're still learning. You're still like, it's like school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's still experience to be had.
Yeah, so like when people are thinking, oh, I get to die and I don't have to like do anything or feel anything, I'm just like, I don't know. I hear it's like levels, you know, and you get to move up once you're like, you learn your lessons, I guess.
I get, okay, that makes sense. I like the what is it, Hindi, that if you have your ashes put in the Ganges, you get to escape the cycle of reincarnation and the cycle of life and death forever. That's cool. I've always thought,
That's kind of beautiful, because I feel like some people have said like, don't send me back.
Yeah. There's people who that's where they have like the majority of funerals in that nation, I believe, is like on the Ganges. And yeah, I've always wanted some of my ashes to end up in the Ganges, just in cases. But that's because I am tired most of the time. I definitely believe in reincarnation and feel like sometimes it's not my first go around. And I'd be down to fucking take that nap, baby. I've done a lot. Absolutely.
I feel like I'm on like maybe the third round.
Yeah. There's times it feels like, yeah, I've been around for a minute. And if not me, if what I'm feeling is like, I'd never rule out what I call the Frank Herbert theory, that what I feel sometimes that are reincarnation feelings or thoughts, or I've had certain friends I've met who are from a place where they believe in reincarnation. So like it's like a crucial part of their theology. So like my friend Lau, who was raised Shaolin, like he's a monk and he absolutely believes in reincarnation, and he's one of those people that we bonded so intensely it felt like this isn't the first time Lau and I have been friends. Like it was almost like our first conversation was picking up like old friends would pick up, like nothing had, like time hadn't passed. And there's been a few people I've experienced that with, and definitely led me to believe in reincarnation. And so like that's, I definitely think there's a way your energy can end up back here. But again, like the Frank Herbert thing, what I mean by that is maybe what I'm experiencing is vestigial genetic things. There's only so many ways to build a human, and I'm built like a combination of the people before me. So maybe what I'm experiencing is just an expression of the hardware to their hardware, and it's happened in the past and it can happen again, and it's
it's like soul deja vu.
Yeah, but there's also I think there's probably something scientific to it, where it's like somebody of my gene pool must have been friends with somebody of your gene pool in the past. You know what I mean? Like but there's been times where it's just deeper than that. It feels like my friend Lau in particular, I've talked about him a lot on the show, and I haven't been able to get a hold of him. He's fucking gone missing, but he's a monk, so he might just be sitting meditating for a few years.
Wow.
Yeah, like I'd have to go east to go get him. I'd have to go find him. Like
go get him from the monastery.
Yeah, like I'd have to go on a whole fucking kung fu cane journey to find him. But
just make sure somebody films it.
I miss my Taizen Gong though. I need my slow kung fu. I need my Tai Chi in the morning, and I miss it. Part of why I'm doing the 7 a.m. streams. I don't have my meditation stuff anymore. Everybody's gone dark. That I used to keep up with. But there's gotta be something more, because outside of reincarnation, right? So it doesn't feel like necessarily ghosts are left in if people that I've met that kind of hold the reincarnation ideal don't necessarily believe in ghosts like that. They believe in lower energies and demons and stuff, but they don't necessarily believe in fucking ghosts
at all. I believe in both.
Yeah, like I think there has to be a place to meet in the middle where all of that can be explained, because it's all happening through experience. You know what I mean? So, well,
maybe that kind of ties into the way that she described that. Maybe if you can't get past a level, maybe you do get sent back here to learn that.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Hold on. Try to catch up with the chat real quick. Hey, good morning, Batman. It's good to have you in. With some other kind of beings. I feel like Happy Days that it's a human thing. I feel like what the experiences I've had, it felt like it was a human. But I've never had any encounters that felt... Okay, that's a lie. On DMT, I've experienced things that I thought were beings that were not something you normally vibe with. Like, I've never had persistent hallucinations quite like DMT, where it's like you look and a clockwork elf shows up and he starts dancing with you and you're like, cool, man, and you look away and you expect to look back and he's gone now. No, you look back, he's still there, like, oh, I'm not going anywhere, dude, you're crazy. And I'm like, oh shit, I've lost my mind. That didn't feel like a human at all, but definitely felt like something. Like you feel an intrinsic field there, but it's like not made of the same shit. Hey, thanks for the like, Eric.
It's all one of the kindly neighbors.
It's something, yeah. I think there's definitely, it's just, why does it look somewhat human and like a clockwork? It's my brain trying to make sense of some kind of fractal being. Like, you know what I mean? It's that frontal lobe trying to make sense of what's functionally just a mathematical fractal in front of you, but it's sentient. It's got thoughts and feelings, and it turns up. It likes to party.
It likes to party.
Yeah. I don't know why we don't have more, like, again, okay, so why does it seem like in the realm of ghosts, only horrific shit is stained and is left behind? Like, why don't we ever see ghosts turning the fuck up? Like, surely there's a party where multiple people died and those people are still there partying, right?
I'm telling you, it's that lesson thing, man.
I think you're right about that. And that kind of fits into the Buddhist side of me where I'm like, yeah, probably just have more experience. Like, you just need more experience. And yeah, if you're partying, maybe I don't know. Yeah. What up, Majestic?
Another thing to consider as far as ghosts and reincarnation and how all of that could tie in. Some traditions believe in a multi-part soul, where your soul isn't just one thing, it's a collection of things.
Wow.
Like that.
I do, yeah.
Your soul's not one quantifiable thing. It's not a one. I like that. It's hard to explain sometimes when you like quantum physics or mathematics, right? Because you have to kind of sometimes what breaks, like if I've tutored people in any kind of mathematics, sometimes when you get into like speculative or like theoretical mathematics, it's hard to explain that one is an implied state of duality when you're talking about the physical, because zero, while it holds no value in our minds, it does represent something if we're talking about math applied to the physical. One is an implied state of duality, and by that I mean the one has to exist in space. Space has to be accounted for. That's zero. Why we draw it as a circle with nothing in it. Space. And so, yeah, there is no truly alone moment. I mean, there is no true isolation or individuality. You will always have to account for, at least mathematically, the space in which you inhabit. And just, so like, again, like I think that there's the mathematical probability of something like ghosts and most paranormal phenomenon. Like there's a potential actual, there's an explanation that could work for everybody. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be, we're living in a world where the Pope is accepting certain scientific analysis. If we were to go back to Vatican I, they're not going to accept scientific analysis. Not if it didn't come from the Vatican.
Didn't one of the popes recently say that they would baptize an alien if one showed up?
Yes. Yes, he did. Our Pope right now, honestly one of the coolest popes since I've been alive. Dude, like, he's South American. He genuinely lives in like the smallest apartment of any pope. Like, he chose like really small furnishings. He keeps a pretty modest, humble, pious lifestyle, which typically like the last pope, the dude that they fucking outed because he was a Nazi or whatever, that dude lived like a fucking pimp. Rings, big apartment, gold shit everywhere, it was closer to that last pope before our current one felt closer to the Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh than he did a fucking pope, honestly. Like a fleet of Rolls Royces. You know, I will take a lie detector test and pay anyone 10 grand if you can prove I'm lying. About what, Sean? Oh, about ghosts? Well, unfortunately, lie detectors are now kind of junk science. But I believe you. I don't know what we're talking about, but I believe you unless it's inflammatory. In which case I retract that belief.
All right, so I got something, and it has to do with the reincarnation.
Ooh.
So I recently lost a child.
Oh.
And so I am like curious, like, since it was so soon, like, was there even a soul? Like, was there, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the lady that I watched, she said that souls don't come into the baby's body until they're born, right? Just before they're born.
That first
So I'm just
breath.
kind of, like, I want to know, like, is there a soul out there that was in the baby? Or, like, will it come back around? But that's a question for, like, one of these mediums, for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to ask a Merc Mystic that, because I don't know. I felt my son's character develop in the womb. You know, he was a really big baby, and my baby mama's a pretty small lady, and so she was an overwhelming pregnancy. She was genuinely as wide as she was tall, like that. Like we took a tape measure, and she was as wide as she was tall, and like there was little things about him, like I could tell when that attitude showed up. Like there was just a certain, like it was almost like one night I'm laying down and she's, you know, what's between me and the baby mama is her belly, and he starts flutter kicking and rolling around, and you know, it was like we got to kind of feel what he was like before he showed up. So it definitely must happen, in my opinion, sometime in utero. I don't know if it's at conception. I don't know, but it definitely seems like my son in particular, from my experience, it's like, oh, this dude has an attitude. Like this dude's got soul already. He had rhythm.
And that's the answer that I was hoping for.
yeah. I think there's definitely, there's something in there. And my mother lost a child before she had me. And there's been times where I've had relationships in my life or met people where I'm like, I feel like this is like my older brother. You know what I mean? Like that. So I think that maybe if it doesn't become a whole thing, there's a reason it happened, and there's a reason, like I don't know, there's still that, it's not necessarily about if that person had a soul or not. The universe already did the math for there to be one, so the feelings will be there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's the space for that person will be there always. And that's a tough one.
It was only 7 weeks, so a lot of people are like, oh, that's really early. But I mean, the minute you find out, you adjust.
Exactly. You start changing your lifestyle. I remember the moment, you know, my baby mama came in with the positive stick. She actually did some crazy shit. We had company over, and, you know, we couldn't tell anybody at first. And she pulls me into the bathroom and it's like, look at this shit. And I was like, oh, we have company.
Look at this shit.
What the fuck? I have to go talk to people. Like, this didn't happen. And I was excited. Again, I get baby fever. I'm not scared of having a kid or nothing. I've been raising kids since I was a kid. I've kind of been in a Fiona from Shameless situation. So it's
we couldn't do that. You're stronger than us. We freaked out and we told everyone.
Oh, word. I had to go to my grandfather's funeral knowing. And it happened. I got her pregnant like the day my grandfather passed away. It was fucking weird. Like it's weird how it worked out. Yeah, that is weird. Like I did the math and I was like, oh shit. But I was hella sad that night. And she did her best to cheer me up, I guess, is the way to word it. But we were also planning to have a kid. That's another thing I really I waited till I was in my later 20s and had been married for a while and did everything right, like by the book, as you know. That's
what I tried to do, but it kind of blew up in my face. I'm 26 and that was my first.
Hey, it's I think things like that, while it's tragic, happen not for a reason, but happen in a manner to give you a platform and understanding and experience. And that is one of the most terrifying things to have to keep on your mind through that entire pregnancy. It is fucking scary. And you know, worrying that I would lose my son before I even got to hold him was something that, I mean, you know, it kept my asshole up in my throat for fucking 9 months. Closer to 10. My son took his time. Kind of like me on a restroom break. He just didn't hurry for nothing. Didn't hurry for nothing, dude. He doesn't. He basically, there were claw marks on his way out too. He didn't want to come out.
Yeah, that whole everything happens for a reason. I'm like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's not happens for a reason. It's that there's the universe, even when it gives you obstacles, what it's doing is it's giving you a new platform. It's giving you a new place and way to look at what's in front of you.
That's kind of what I gained. Yeah, a different outlook on things. Yeah,
and you know, now there's a potentiality that could happen that you've experienced already. And if it happens to you again, you'll know what to do, where to go to, who to talk to. And
yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, I had this weird kind of rare, for lack of better words, disease. It's called hyperemesis.
Okay.
And it knocks you down. It's like morning sickness times like 20. Because I couldn't walk, I couldn't move, couldn't drive, couldn't eat, couldn't watch TV. So yeah, I joined groups and started talking about it.
Oh my gosh. See, that's good. See, it's not that it happened for a reason, it's that you sharpened your sword with it. Does that make sense? I sometimes I'll say things that almost border on like Western Christian gobbledygook, but I meant it as Eastern gobbledygook. I really do, you know, like, there's a lesson in everything, and a new set of shoes to hop in all the fucking time. And
that's for sure.
You get to have more in your arsenal than most mothers going forward.
I know you never think that something like that is going to be a problem.
Yeah. That's
you're just like, oh, this is gonna happen, you know.
Now you know what to look out for, things like that. You know how to treat that. Oh man, I couldn't imagine morning sickness being worse, like a condition that causes it to be worse, because it's a horrific thing watching a child get born. It's like,
did you say it's horrific to watch a child be born?
Yeah, it's fucking horrific. I was there for all of it. I was there through the whole thing. I had afterbirth on me and shit. I was in it to win it, boy. I was right there. I was gonna watch this shit happen, and boy, did it fucking... There's no watching videos to get you ready for it either. Like,
was it natural or was it a C-section?
Natural, but baby mama didn't want to even do drugs. She wanted to go all natural on all natural. Yeah. Then the contractions started, and she started talking about how it felt like the worst of unplanned anal. So she got the epidural the last second she could. And he's the way he's born, he had the same issue I had, which I had to be vacuumed out. And they should have C-sectioned me, but they waited too long. I dropped too low and they couldn't C-section anymore. And they pulled me out with a vacuum, so I had a little bit of a cone head when I was born.
Wow.
And we told them about this months in advance. Look, my nephew had it happen to him, and he had to be C-sectioned. If this kid is all broad-shouldered and has his head turned like this, like I did, C-section. We're not playing this game, and I'm not going to risk losing my at-the-time wife. And the doctor was like, sure, no probs. You know, we can make sure that happens. Well, day of, baby mama, they have to induce labor because, again, my son is not going anywhere. He's like, I'll be in here a whole year, bitch. I'm not going anywhere. We got to kick him out like a millennial. basically the OB gave birth at the same fucking time. Yeah, like she was in labor while baby mama's in labor, and they're like, she can't get here. Here's a new doctor. And luckily he was cool. We had a really cool nurse who had like 9 children herself and was like, just knew how to talk to baby mama. Oh, that's encouraging, yeah. Yeah, and they had the same name, so she was like, oh, hey, I'm going to be your nurse tonight, and we're going to do this, you know?
Oh, I'd be so freaked out. I'd be like, no, Dr. Swap, no, Dr. Swap.
No, and so it was cool. Like, it ended up playing out, but right as, like, the moment of truth, right? Kid hits the birth canal. And he's crooked, and the doctor puts his hands in, and he looks up at baby mama, and then he looks at me with like a uh-oh, and I'm like, what's the uh-oh? What's he got, a tail or something?
A tail?
And he's like, what, do you feel horns or something? What's the fucking problem? And he's like, we might have to use the vacuum. And I was like, no, we specifically said no on this. No, not happening. And then the nurse kind of looks up at baby mama and is like, then you're going to have to push. And sure enough, baby mama just fucking let loose and got this kid out, boy. And he was, I'll never forget that smell. It just smells like, it smells like a human splayed in twain. Like you see, you know, your wife at the time splayed in twain. And it's fucking scary as shit.
I feel like it would be, yeah, I'm not going to lie, you're right. That might be like a horror movie.
That's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. And you know, again, like a baby when they're born, stuff comes out of them. You know, so it's like.
Oh, actually, no. My sister had sent me a video of her first daughter being born. And I saw the head, and then an arm just shoulder sneak its way out, and I was like, "Why did you send this to me?"
No, it's so weird how a baby kind of it's just human just keeps coming. You're like,
yeah.
It became like a magician trick, like they have the rags, like the bandanas tied together. I was like, why is he so big? But my son was also folded up in there, boy. He was like, basically took 10 months. They kept pushing her due date back, and she couldn't handle it anymore. She's fucking mad. Oh man.
How many hours of labor?
I forget. Like, I think 8 to 12.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but again, they also had to induce, and it took forever. Like, they had to give her the, Pitocin and all that shit. And yeah. When her water finally broke, that felt like, fuck, it was 3 hours in. This kid just didn't give a fuck. And it smelled like he had been in there too long. Like, boy, it smelled like you've been sweating in there. Human
What's this dude's name?
Oh, Barney? Who we talking about?
What's up, Barney?
Hey, Barney.
Yo, what's up? How are we?
Oh, pretty good.
How is everyone?
Any ghost experiences where you're at, man? You or anyone you know. Doesn't have to be you. That your grandma got crazy ghost stories, dude?
Good question. I don't know, actually. We never really spoke about that sort of stuff. Ghost stories. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen something.
I know that in Australia, you know, there's a pretty rich, like, demonology within the Aboriginal cultures, right?
Yeah, they take that spiritual stuff pretty serious.
Yeah, I know that there's still like shamanistic rites that Australia has like written into their like what Aboriginal prisoners get. Like they're functionally allowed to stay tribalistic in jail, which is
that's right. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, they got different rules.
Yeah, Eric has had several demonic experiences. He says on Facebook. Hey, guys, there's a Jewish demon. Look, there's 3 ways to read the Talmud, right? There's like the poetic way, there's the literal way, and there's like the mathematical way, right? There's 3 ways to read Jewish stuff. Hebrew. And There's a particular parable in the Talmud that, like, some rabbis will tell you is about. It's an they'll say it's an anti-masturbation story, but it reads like a kid fighting a dragon or something. But according to some rabbis in Judaism, there's an actual demon that feeds off of your masturbation. When you masturbate, he just loves it. Just eats it, and it's fucking. There's no way I can go that woo-woo with it. So again, like, in all orthodoxy. Yeah. So there's an anti-masturbation demon. I've seen demons used for like propaganda reasons, but I want to know anybody's experience with something they felt wasn't human and was demonic, because I haven't had the golem. Yeah. Yeah, the Golem's Jewish. Basically everything, if you're Christian, basically everything you're reading is Jewish. Also, like, the first half is just the Torah, and the second half is the Torah 2, My Cousin's Boogaloo. But yeah, there's a masturbation demon in Judaism. According to some rabbis, another rabbi might tell you you're not reading that right. So that explains. My wife says, Sean, there could be, but yeah, the Golem. That's from Judaism. Stories like Legion, from the New Testament, right? That's a Christian story, but it kind of takes on. Again, everything in even the New Testament takes on like spins of Old Testament demonology and stuff. While it is somewhat of a new take, kind of a game changer of a book, it's with indigenous teachings from my grandparents. Really happy days. I'd love to hear about it. What do your grandparents think about ghosts in the afterlife? I love to hear indigenous cultures, like particularly like if you're an indigenous person in America, or if you're like an Aboriginal in Australia. I want to hear your story. I want to know what your tribe believes, baby. I was in a band called.
That's the thing, though. That like a lot of them, the Aborigines, they won't talk to the white people. They won't talk to. They're the type that live off the grid. They live out in the bush. What I mean? They don't.
That's what I've heard about the modern Aborigines that are still around. In particular, is that it's still very tribalistic, off the grid, still very in their ways. Yeah.
Language. They don't speak English. They got their own language.
Yeah. I hear it's like they have to hire a certain amount of like Aborigines descent like police officers to work in some of these jails where they'll arrest people, but again, functionally still allow them to live out in the wild.
Yeah, that's the thing. They've got their own sort of rules that are set. So, like, the Aborigine police.
They're operating in another dimension.
And it's out in the middle of nowhere. Like it's out in the middle of nowhere. The closest police station would probably be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away.
Bird. Ooh, Happy Days says there's a cannibal spirit that can take over people called Weedigo. Ooh. Your demonstration of the masturbation team, and yeah, that's just, it seems like that's how Homeboy rolls. What do you mean he eats?
You pronounced it wrong, but that's probably for the best because you're not supposed to pronounce it out loud.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm not trying to say Beetlejuice. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I just said it once. I got 2 more times, bitches.
Beetlejuice.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, no. So when we went into that house, it literally okay, so they had a book on the dead, and it, like, reminded me of Beetlejuice. And I was like, what is this?
There's lots like if you do.
Did not touch that.
See, food or tobacco offering to spirits. Again, I've offered the spirits I've encountered after a while a pretty hearty shut the fuck up. But it's because I live with some loud ghosts, baby. They're slamming doors and shit. Like, quit throwing fits. You're dead. We get it.
Spirits in the house get treated like invaders, basically, whereas spirits out in the woods get offerings.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're in the woods, you're on their turf. When you're in the home, they're on your turf.
See, I'm familiar with druidic and pagan practices where, you know, there's ritual offerings. You know, you have like the Norse pagans who offer a certain amount of the harvest to their gods. You have like the druids. Then you have like some of that Irish folklore where they leave stuff for fairies. You know, where do fairies fit in the realm of ghosts? Is this a type of ghost? Is this a type of? Are these all the same kind of thing?
Are you familiar with Graham Hancock's video "Angels, Elves, Aliens, and Ayahuasca"?
I don't know if I've seen that particular Graham Hancock. I might have read if he's got a I've read Graham Hancock write about his experience with like mescaline and ayahuasca and DMT though. But normally when I check out Graham Hancock, it's about, I like specifically his Younger Dryas theory.
Yeah, I get you on that.
Yeah. That's normal. But I'll have to check that out because again, I you know, got my own experience with them Clockwork Elf things. Okay, so maybe they're extra dimensional. I know that Graham Hancock's kind of in that vein of thinking, right?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, that it's like an extra dimensional thing, and we can maybe channel these entities. I've definitely felt like I've channeled shit before while I'm doing music or like I'm in a heavy meditative state creating something. There's times I feel like I'm not the one pushing the pin, you know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, a lot of people say that, like, all it takes is just, like you said, a meditative state to, like, bring that person to you.
Yeah. Huh. It definitely felt easier to do after I had had a crazy experience with DMT, too. It was like there's times I feel like maybe my brain had quantified some of those feelings and energies. I don't know. Huh. I'm not mad at the theory that if it looks like a human, it's a fucking demon, but some of that shit feels human. But I want to know about demons, and I want to know about some of this indigenous kind of stuff.
Well, that scares me because they say that they can come out as kids and, like, deceive and lie. So that's just, like, sketchy, you know?
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of little people tales throughout the Americas.
Really? A little hobbit folk. A little homunculi. Like, because in the Middle Ages, you know, we had that alchemist who they report had his own working homunculi. He was putting his own seed into chicken eggs, and they were hatching and growing into little devilish people.
What?
Yeah. I was gonna cover the homunculus videos on the channel at some point, probably on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But no, in Russia, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of videos of them. Are they hoaxed? Probably a chunk of them. But what if you take that fresh chicken egg, put some human code in it, and you get a weird little monster? Yeah. Children of the Forest. Oh, from like Game of Thrones and stuff. Yeah, like I've heard like the druidic, like fairy kind of stuff. I wonder, that must be attached to maybe the little people tales and, you know, from indigenous Americans, from Native Americans.
Now I'm very curious about how they, like, view things for afterlife.
Yeah. Oh, be careful with any energy you're working with. I'm a chaos nymph. I'll be alright. I eat chaos.
The Irish stonemasons that settled these parts would put green man statues because, in their words, there's fairies in them woods.
Whoa. Irish. Okay, so there's the connection right there. I bet you. Okay, so we got settlers' tales that are like, no, those are fucking fairies. We know because we're Irish and we have them too. Eric Price, there's lots of footage of demonic possession in places like Africa, but most of the stories line up with Christianity, so I don't share them often because of people's stigma against Christians. Oh yeah, see, but it's a totally valid working demonology. Like, here's the valid thing about what Christianity has going on, is like, these are techniques that are in work and in play right now. So in my opinion, like, it's the most valid of religions to bring up when it comes to like their quantification of ghosts and stuff, because they're the ones who are out there kind of with a militarized sect working on it, you know? Beat them to bingo as it race to the bingo hall. Mexican folklore has... Oh, yes! They sure do. Now, I'm a bit familiar with some of the things from the Hispanic or Latino cultures from my grandmother. And, you know, from my mother's side, I know a few different things from, like, Old English or Irish folklore, like the puka. You know. But that cannibalistic spirit, man, why do we not have a horror movie about that? I'm sure we do, but why don't we have a hella good one?
I'd watch that, and I'm not really into horror.
Yeah. Eric says from Facebook, I agree, but my experiences are like demons taking up in people against me and me casting them out or casting them out of people's houses. It's crazy stuff, but I encountered a lot of oppressions during my time in the Middle East. I believe that, Eric. I do. I think there's something over there too that fits with that way of thinking. You know, a lot of the demonology and occult that we have in modern Christendom and in the West came from the East by the way of the Crusades. So yeah, I bet you entering places like Iraq or Afghanistan, you would there's a primordial energy there that's going to be coming at you, you know? It's just kind of opened me up to it in ways. Absolutely, Eric. That's, you know, the Crusaders felt the Knights Templar felt much the same. They felt the same thing. And again, absolutely valid. And welcomed on this show for sure. Gins, yeah, I got some genies, baby. The dog ran past them while driving down a back road when they got there. She was there. Crazy happy days. Crazy. Ghost dog? What are we talking about? See, animals. Do animals get an afterlife? I know that certain sects of Orthodox religions don't believe that animals make it to the afterlife, to the great beyond. I personally believe they're part of the wheel of reincarnation. I have dreams where I am a dole. A what? A dole. I didn't know what a dole was until I researched dreams I kept having as a kid. It's a dog in India. It's a wild Indian fox dog. I had no clue what the fuck it was, but I was seeing other ones in my dreams, and I was like, I mean, if I was to write it down, it would probably read like a goddamn, you know, the scene from Game of Thrones where I'm warging. Like, it felt like I have animal dreams. I think maybe I've been an animal in the past or something. I don't know. Maybe I worked my way up to human. That's kind of, you know. I know that some
I think they do because they're not empty. You know what I mean? They feel, they know things.
Yeah. Oh, the ghost Sean talked to didn't know she was dead. I let ghosts know they're dead. I don't. But that's because I'm an asshole. And I'm the only ghosts I've ever talked to are being incredibly disruptive. Like, I'm trying to record some music or something, and I'm hearing banging and breathing, and it's like, stop! Stop! And it would stop.
You should have just left that.
Just let track it. I should just track it. I've probably got somewhere a whole bunch of spoopy audio from that house on a hard drive somewhere. Thinking about it, I did record some demos there as a kid. I'm gonna try to just pull that spoopy audio. Y'all don't need to hear those demos. I was like 16. You don't want to hear that?
I do want to hear it.
You don't want to hear the music. You don't hear the music part. No.
Yes.
It's not good. It's not good. It's young me. It's not good.
How we know there's progress.
That's true. It's a good point. Look how much better I am now. Story that happened to a friend of a friend. That kind of story. So who knows? Says happy days. Yeah. Oh, a shapeshifter. Gotcha. See, shapeshifters. That seems to be a Native American thing, right? Skinwalkers, shapeshifters?
Okay, so if that's what Skinwalker is, I'm gonna have to check that out. Right. I didn't know I thought it was like a haunted place.
I might be wrong. I'm kind of speaking outside of my wheelhouse. But
there's a ranch called Skinwalker Ranch that has a high level of paranormal activity. It was
Yeah.
said to be cursed with the curse of the Skinwalker, which is why they call it that.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a scary name.
Yeah. That's what I'd call myself if I wore people's skins. Anyone ever been to Maine? I've been through Maine, Kyle. We talking Stephen King country, baby? It's fucking spooky up in Maine. Yeah, that's a different kind of spooky though. That's Stephen King flavor spooky, where you're like, ooh, shoof. Did you guys see Castle Rock? The show Castle Rock?
No.
Man,
I haven't seen it. No.
if any of y'all are Stephen King fans, Castle Rock seasons 1 and 2, watch them both. They're fucking worth it. The second one is like a prequel to Misery, where you get...
Is it new?
Yeah, well, kinda. It's a few years old now, I think, but it's a newer series. It's
on Netflix.
I think maybe Hulu.
Okay.
I think it might be on.
We don't
Hulu.
have Hulu here in Australia.
You gotta hit up our Atlas VPN deal, dude. I got a link in description. You can get Atlas VPN for fucking $1.36 a month right now with our promo code.
And then I can get all the US apps.
Yeah. You can hop on American Hulu. You can hop on fucking whatever you want. I bet you there's a way to get Spice TV. I don't know if you know what Spice TV is in Australia. It's like some old porn.
I've never heard of any of these.
Yeah, Spice TV is old porn. It used to be scrambled back in the black box days. Where you go get a black box and hook it up to a coaxial port and steel cable. You could hit the end of the line and sometimes catch that scrambled porn channel.
The closest
I know what
thing
you're talking about.
you guys have is probably like Netflix or Disney Plus.
Okay.
The main ones.
Man, that's crazy. Australians don't have Hulu. Y'all deserve Hulu. It's great.
You guys must have like a selection to choose from. We don't have that many.
I hear Canadian Netflix is better than American Netflix.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
So I'm about to hook this VPN up probably soon and check out Canadian Netflix because basically with the VPN, you can just tell it you're in a different country.
Yeah, that's right.
Also protect your IP from hackers,
Yep.
But I got that specifically for y'all international people that might have this specific issue where it's like we reference something also there's like stuff that y'all are geo-blocked from on YouTube. And when I first started covering the Elizabeth Cook drama, there was a whole bunch of international people who were DMing me like, I can't see the news coverage of it from St. Louis because it's geo-blocked. And so it basically turned into a few different things where I'm just recapping the news for international people because they couldn't see it. And I was like, I'm going to get a VPN deal the moment I have a sponsorship offer.
That's the same thing pretty much right now with the Gabby Petito case, the Brian Laundrie bullshit,
Yeah, where there's just some news you can't get to.
News, like we're gonna check YouTube or like when you're streaming it, things like that. That's the only way we can find out up to date. Otherwise, it's gonna be a day behind.
Well, I got your back, dude. Again, like I managed to hook up with Atlas VPN and get $1.36 a month. If you follow that link in our description, brother, I got a good fucking deal on it. Like,
I will.
I couldn't, like when I had the list in front of me, it could have been some bunk nonsense. I could be hawking vitamins, but I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna get something for the pet parents. I'm gonna get a fucking VPN for the international folk because I've heard that so many times now where it's like, oh, we don't have that here. And I'm like, the fuck? It's the internet. It's supposed to be free, but it's getting clamped down in America too. Like they're really starting to censor things in a way that's like, I mean, they're just making platforms worthless over here. Facebook's one of those that's like special guest can't catch a fucking break. He's just writing ban to ban to ban. Like he's just constantly banned on Facebook for shit he said years ago. But
yeah, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah. You read 95% of King's short stories / novels spanning the last 30 years, says Graph. Big fan.
Gonna head out.
Hey, you take it easy, Trip. It's good to hang out with you. Look at that puppers.
Yeah, I'll have to get that BARKBOX for this one.
Oh, damn straight. Hey, again, like I'm probably gonna ditch BARKBOX after October, but like I kept BARKBOX for October because you get a double box and potential. If it's your first time using BARKBOX, you also get a fucking pet camera.
Yeah, I heard you say something about double, and I was like, what does it even mean?
Yeah, you get 2 boxes basically. Like they give you like 2 boxes.
Webcam, and I was like, what does he mean a webcam for me?
Yeah, no, I went coupon shop and I was like, ooh, wait, what's the best possible fucking deal? Like, so it's not like the best sponsorship. I make like nothing off of it, but it's fucking a killer fucking deal.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, it's a killer fucking deal. Like, some of this, when I saw the spooky pet stuff too, I was like, that's just too cute. I know too many people that are like, want their dog to have that ghost plush.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, you take it easy though. Thank you for popping in. Hey,
Well,
pop
thanks
back
for
in
hanging
anytime.
out, guys.
Thanks, straight.
Yeah.
But man, back to ghosts. You know, there's been a lot of different fiction I like that uses ghosts in very interesting ways. You know, like you have like Force ghosts in Star Wars, right? You have the Shakespearean ghosts, which are some spoopy ghosts. You know, anytime Shakespeare uses a ghost, it's like, holy shit, this is scary. They're there to fucking talk about destiny, you know? 2 BARKBOXes, what a deal. Yeah, I know, for real. You get like 2 and a webcam. So I might lose them after October if November's deal isn't also sick as shit. Even better than the Hobbits. See, I think the Children of the Forest have the best herb, says Senna. Yeah, probably. They probably got that good leaf, dude. For sure. It's one of my favorite things about different parts of Native American cultures is the kind of the smoking. Like, I won't lie, like they kind of changed the game with tobacco. I mean, they really did. And I'll say right now, I prefer a natural American Spirit cigarette over any other cigarette. It's like smoking 4 cigarettes, and you know you'll get less cancer.
That's right. Yeah, less chemicals.
Eric says from Facebook, ghosts and spirits are in every religious book out there. That would lend itself to some amount of credibility in my mind. Absolutely. Like, that's why I entertain it endlessly, is because every spirituality I've deep dove has a form of demonology or ghosts, and then my own faith has, you know, its own belief and its own belief system, you know.
Yeah, you're right when you think about it.
Yeah, like there is, absolutely. And these are institutions. Like, we're not, you know, while they are religious institutions, these are institutions that are out there doing shit. So, you know, I'm going to listen to the people out there doing shit always.
Yeah, definitely.
But I've also kind of been that person for a long time. Like, I don't really listen to people that don't do shit. Like, I've had a lot of people come at me with advice, but it's like, well, where's your success? You know what I mean? Like, if they come at me with like an opposing opinion, and it's like gets to the point where it's a heated enough debate where it's like, okay, well, what have you actually physically done to fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
some people will pop in like they're Eric
proof.
DeBay and have been making videos for 8 years about flat Earth, but it's like they haven't. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when we're talking about churches, we're talking about ancient institutions who have been specifically focused on this thing for a long time. And yeah, on Wednesday in particular, I hella open to it. Like, Jen says peace pipe. Yeah. And yeah, Kyle, Maine is crazy. Maine's haunted as shit. You know, that's like one of those OG fucking territories where we rolled in, where the West rolled in and was like, hey, this is ours now. And so there's just kind of this feeling in parts of Maine that just feel like we're not supposed to fucking be there. Like, I'm not supposed to fucking be there. I have no native blood in me. So, you know, I'm kind of a complicated cat with that. Same with drawings/carvings of dragons and dinosaurs. They're found in ancient culture across the world. Lends itself to the same thought. Yep, not hundreds of millions of years extinct before man. Yep, exactly, Eric. Exactly, Eric. You know, it goes kind of beyond organized religion and written word. We do have evidence of potential belief in otherworldly phenomenon from our ancient world. An ancient world, which I believe you're kind of like pointing out, you know, again, hasn't really been quantified. An ancient world, we don't really have a fucking black and white. They burned the Library of Alexandria. We don't know what the fuck the world used to be.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah. We'll never know.
Yeah. Maine was Virginia, 1607. Yeah, Maine is nuts. Nuts. That's a kind of a funky place. People don't really talk about Maine all that much, do they? I just realized that. That's not really, you know. Bangor, Maine has good lobster. Sorry.
Is it like one of the haunted places or something? Or...
It's kind of a state that's just spoopy. Like, there's a lot of fictional horror that takes place in Maine. Like a lot of literary horror that takes place in Maine, and there's a lot of really good authors and creators that have come out of Maine. Brooks was Lord Cobham.
Yeah, I'll have to YouTube it. I'll have to look up on it.
Yeah. Oh, Jen says even the Holy Trinity has Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Ghosts. Yeah, ghosts, dude. Straight up. No, absolutely valid, like, train of thought. Like, and again, like, I couldn't agree with that sentiment Eric brings up more. Like, you know, if every religious institution in the world believes in the paranormal in some degree, then there must be something there. Again, these are institutions.
Yeah.
Look up Crowtown Brooks, son of John Brooke.
And you could just imagine what's happened at the institutions.
Let's see here. A.K.A. John Smith's son. It's just giving me books. It's just giving me weird looking sci-fi books.
Yeah. Need something more specific.
Like a link. Would always work.
Yeah, true. It always helps.
I hate to be a smart ass, but I am not Google. And my Google algorithm is hella different than everyone else's. That is some of my favorite stuff, though, when the YouTube channel pops off. The amount of DMs I get that are just genuinely like, what do you know about cooking, blah, blah, blah. Bitch, I'm not Google. It's not even about things that my show's about. Like, I've had weird-ass messages from people that don't end up staying long because they're like, you're an asshole. I'm like, bitch, I'm not a rocket scientist. Why are you not Googling it?
I expect you to just know everything off the top of your head.
Yeah, I was like, how intelligent do I come across as? Damn. Like, I'm a whole ass Google? But I'm just kidding. No, I meant to find, I was hoping I think maybe Crowtown, maybe it's Crosstown. Is it a different name? I think maybe I Googled the wrong name. But Maine is spooky as shit. Back to the point. Yeah, ghosts like a motherfucker. Okay. I had an English teacher one time in high school tell me that he went around myth-busting ghost phenomenon, and his most frequent busting in the Ozarks was there's places in the forest where people see orbs, and he swears it's ball lightning. But I swear I've seen orbs in photographs that you cannot visually see, and it does not make sense to me. That shit is not dust. Taking classes on photography, very well versed. Yeah. And all of this shit.
Yeah.
And audio, video.
Yeah, some really are.
Yeah.
Unexplainable.
Yeah. Like there's no, you know, I don't know, man. And I used to have this reoccurring dream. I'm running through the woods and there's an old Native American man staring at me ominously. I thought maybe it was an ancestor of mine when I thought I was Native American. I'm not Native American. I'm cursed. I wonder how many places are cursed by the people who should still be living there.
Yeah, true.
Now, there's got to maybe be something to living on stolen land. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
It's, you know, we don't have quite the stories we have for, like, the founding of Israel we do for necessarily the founding of America. We have our own kind of, like, hellfire clubs developing things like, what is it, divine providence and shit like that, where it's like, nah, you don't, like, they developed their own selfish reasons to think that they're entitled to land as opposed to necessarily solely spiritual reasons. Makes America a little different than some of its, like, Eastern examples.
I mean, that's their ways, I guess. That's their way of...
Yeah. Maine has cannibalism, says Danny Dunn? Damn. Oh, man.
What time is it up there?
It is 8:41 a.m. So just now kind of cracking into the morning. Starting to see some sunlight come through my stuff. It's been starting the show at 7. Sometimes the sun's just now coming up.
And that's, every day,
Yeah.
pretty much. From what I've seen.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, I normally start at 7 a.m. and with the sunrise. I'm wanting to start later. I just don't necessarily want to, I want to wait for everybody to have daylight savings time first.
Like, the time that you start streaming, 7 a.m. your time over here, that would be about 1 a.m. because it's, or probably maybe 2 a.m. because it's 2:42 now.
Yeah.
A.m. Yeah. So that, I usually, I'm kind of up usually at night, so it kind of works out well for my time.
Yeah. Oh, and to answer Jen in the chat real quick, brother, it was an ominous look for thieving from the Native American. That's absolutely how I take it now, because this motherfucker, is mad at me. I don't know what my ancestors did to him, but we fucked up, and it's probably why I have kidney stones and an autoimmune disease. Like, I'm not healthy in this country, on this landmass, and it's, feels like a curse sometimes, straight up. Like, and when I found out I didn't have any native in me, I was like, well, that's definitely what's going on there.
Yeah.
Oh, and to address G-Man, nah, we get the occasional probably 5-6. It's probably the same one person with multiple accounts that I ban. It's pretty funny, actually, the amount of time they've committed to trying to troll the channel and just getting bounced out.
They can try.
Yeah, it does nothing but build me clippable moments and build my residuals. So I don't. I got no problem with that shit, honestly, at this point. It's also like the other day I was just kicking back, eating grapes, watching my admins fucking go to work. Like laughing my ass off. Because you guys are hella good at bouncing that shit. From Maine Roanoke Colony. Oh, I've read a lot about Roanoke. That's probably where I recognize that name then, Kyle. Yeah, Roanoke's a spoopy one. Everyone, kind of a general consensus amongst the Murkies is a lot of people have seen the show American Horror Story and really enjoy it. I didn't care for the Roanoke season, but it got interesting by the end of it. Geronimo cursed us with diarrhea. Probably. I accidentally ate peanut the other day, and I've been getting liquid because I'm allergic to peanuts.
shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Hey, one fucking unintentional. Well, I guess I was trying to test it. I was like, well, I haven't had peanuts in a while. Maybe I'll try this thing with one peanut on it. My stomach said no.
Didn't go well.
Oh yeah, no, my body hates it. My body, I don't know. But again, like that's been kind of the struggle, is finding the right place to live in America. I'm so unhealthy everywhere. Living back in Arkansas, it's just the climate is too, like, you're constant. My body's constantly fighting with the climate there, and I couldn't.
What grinder do you use to grind your bud?
Oh, well, right now it's fucking stuck together because I need to clean it. But it's I forget the brand. It's got like it's like a diamond grind, like a metal diamond grind.
Oh yeah, I think I know the one. Yeah.
And then I've got a backup plastic one.
Yeah.
Just in case I'm traveling around or something, like one that I can just throw, you know, like just ditch.
Yeah, true.
But I prefer this diamond grind one. It just got sticky too quick, but that should hopefully speak to how's the flower in Arizona. It's actually kind of what I'm getting at. I hope it speaks to how good the flower is out here. It's fucking good. Like the rec shelf stuff is good. It's the closest to California without being in California I've had, which I've heard people argue between California and Colorado weed all day, but for me, I prefer the California weed. I kind of like a good well done outdoor grow. Like to taste a little bit of that earth sometimes, you know. But there's also a bunch of hydroponic setups. I'll buy, you know, some of that weed that's hydroponically grown like a motherfucker.
What I'm smoking it comes straight from the dispensary.
Yeah.
This stuff I'm smoking at the moment's 30%.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, see that's I think around the percentage I got right now. I've got it's a strain called Modified Grapes. It was Rec Shelf, but it was fucking yeah.
This stuff at the moment's called Al Jefe.
Yeah. Hey, Arkansas medical weeds get a lot better. Every month it gets better out there. They got that Scott's OG. I've seen people line up around a fucking block to get Scott's OG in Arkansas. Oh, Garrett, yeah, probably. Yeah, we get a lot between 22 to 28%, some up to 34, but it's about terps more than yeah. They really promote that terp content too in Arkansas. I really dig the vibe at this dispensary I go to here, man. It's fucking chill. It's fucking chill.
But yeah, the I don't know what the pricing is like where you're at, but over here it's just unbelievable.
Is it astronomically bad or is it good by unbelievable?
Well, $260 for 10 grams. What would you say?
Oof. That's a bit much. Yeah. No, I just got 7 grams for like $50. Like, it's like, you know, it's all about.
I was getting cheaper stuff, but that was just as good and it had better taste. It was 20%. But yeah, now I might change back to that stuff.
That's see, I'll deal with if it's a strain I like that's like hella cheap, I'll probably go for the deal. I also kind of bargain shop a lot at the dispensary. I try to go on days where there's deals and stuff, and you know, when I had my medical card, I felt like, I mean, honestly, buying off the rec shelf here in Arizona has been a little bit cheaper for me than when I was buying medical in Arkansas, but only because like I'm a lot more sick there.
Mine's medical. It's not recreational, so they pretty much can tax what the fuck they want.
Yeah, Arkansas, you pay like 3-4 forms of tax on the bud that you buy. Here, I feel like you just fucking Arizona, the tax is through the floor. So another reason I wanted to move here is you don't pay shit in taxes here. Like, you really don't. Like, there's like almost no sales tax. Like, when you go buy an Arizona can of tea, it's actually 99 cents.
Shit.
It's not fucking 125 or 175. It's 99 cents like it says on the can. And that's cool, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
want to start getting fucking faded again. Hey, no. Be careful, yeah. I've been to Booger Hollow. Oh, shit, Arianthe. Again, it's a shame we couldn't do our Wednesday with, Arianthe up in here. Oh, yeah.
How long have you been doing this, like MURKradio thing? Like, how long have you been doing it for?
Well, I've been doing Murk as a musical project for... Yeah, right? But no, hold on one second. Just gotta bounce somebody about the shit.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Been doing it as a musical project. Oh shit, already gone. Where'd Arianthe? I've been doing Murk as a musical project since 2019. I kind of conceptualized it at the end of 2018.
Yeah.
I had released a solo record under my real name 2017 or 2018.
Right.
And yeah. That's so for a while now, but I've been making music, but this particular pop-up art project, Murk started off as like a joke project almost. I wanted to turn lo-fi kids onto jazz.
Right.
And so I started making jazz records and selling them specifically to the lo-fi community, and it hit. It was the most successful music project I've ever had, and I've launched probably a dozen different.
That's a smart idea for sure.
Yeah, I thought that maybe it could be, and it kind of turned into an experiment in, like a social experiment almost. It kind of became its own little piece of pop art Murk did. I wanted it to, initially I was only on Instagram, and Instagram's kind of like a magazine, and I wanted.
Yeah, that's right.
I wanted Murk to flow like a magazine, it's everyone's using it on the toilet, and I thought, well, what did I use? What's some of my favorite shit to flip through on the toilet? And it's like old vintage Playboys and shit, like boobies and fucking classy ads and articles written from a long time ago. So I kind of modeled all of the original advertisement and the look of like Murk as a music project after like old Playboy ads and stuff.
Smart man. That's very smart.
Yeah, so it's pop art in the way, and it's performance art in the way that it was specifically for the digital medium.
Yeah.
Oh, got some troll. We got a troll today. Is what we've got. I haven't seen how many dislikes have been spammed, but it's just the same loser copycat. Probably overweight with nothing to do.
Of course.
Yeah, that's normally how that rolls. But yeah, Murk's been, it turned into the most like communicative and network positive project I've ever had. Like the amount of digital networking I've done as Murk is insane. I've met some people I never thought I'd get to meet.
Good on you, dude. Good on you.
I've got to like, and so it became this kind of self-exploratory thing, and Murk became kind of my production name, right? So it's me as a producer, right? This is when I produce things as Murk, I kind of have a certain style. I have a certain thing I'm going for that's a little different than anything else I've done. And I really look, all of my friends wanted to do specifically this. They wanted to, I know I have friends that wanted to podcast. I have friends that want to do video game reviews. I have friends that want to do video game Let's Plays. I have friends that want to do a bunch of different things kind of outside of the realm of music.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I, built MURKradio, and I threw a bunch of different content at the wall, and I've been doing it for a while now, and I've deleted a bunch of videos and series that we've had up on here. But I really started the channel proper in July.
Right. I mean, this is how I found you, through MURKradio.
Yeah.
on YouTube, and I was just it popped up through my recommendations. Obviously, you know, I watch things similar to this.
Yeah.
And this popped up, and as soon as I seen the first, I was I thought, man.
That's Murk is constantly, I've been constantly blessed with algorithm love with the project, even on the music side. Again, it's the most successful music thing I've ever embarked on. I've got one track on YouTube that's hit over 35,000 plays, and I've been on Chilled Cow and like the lo-fi channels and stuff. Yeah, you know, I keep a consistent like 150 to 200 regular listeners on Spotify, you know.
That's I mean, that would take some people years and years to achieve, you know. And
well, and functionally it did, you know. I also managed to produce an amount of content that it sometimes takes people years and years to make. People are fucking lazy. I've really the producer in me has no other way to say it. Like, most people are just fucking lazy and don't do anything. Talk about it, but never do it. And for me, there is no try, there's only do. If I have an idea, there's no point in even having the idea if I don't try to express it in some way at this point and at this age. You know, I got a kid too, and it's like I want my kid to know, to see by example that, you know, you have to do it to get it. And like, music is one of those, like, that's where I learned my grind, is music. And I was probably the only musician in my community back home that didn't bitch endlessly when the CEO of Spotify said that musicians need to release more music. You need to release an album a year minimum.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the others probably didn't put that effort, didn't put that time in.
Well, people take 4 years on a record by industry standards sometimes, you know, and that was okay in the past, but we're in a digital world now where it's like, that's how we do it.
Things can be put out quicker if you fucking get off your ass and do it.
Exactly. Just even though thumbs down below, aren't they good for your algorithm? I mean, it's one person. YouTube's already tracking their IP and shit. Like, I mean, whoever's spamming thumbs down, again, it's probably somebody that's already in the Discord. Somebody we already know is probably just Gerard, guys.
I mean, that's the thing with, you're gonna get someone that's gonna hate on something no matter what.
That's how you know you're doing good, baby.
Exactly, bro.
That's how you know you're doing good, baby.
That's the way I think of it.
Yeah. People only have the platform to hate when you're up there doing something. Remember that, anybody who's ever nervous about something. Like, there's no, you know, fucking hate without there being, you know, you outshining.
Yeah.
Just how it is. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah. You can pick them. You can spot them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll have to, I'll probably jump off. It's 3 a.m. now. I'm gonna...
Oh, yeah. You better get some sleep, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna grind up some bud and chug down some bongs, and then I'll keep watching your stream, like, while I'm in my own trip. Anyway, I'll probably, I probably won't make I think it's your nighttime stream, it would be. I probably won't make that, I'll probably be asleep.
Oh, word. But, hey, no worries, man. Hey, we'll catch you, though.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to try to figure out more of a prime time situation so I can catch more of everybody while they're awake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Hey, you take it easy, man.
You too, bro. Alright. Peace out.
Later.
What's up, mustache boy?
What up, Chief? We're talking ghosts today, baby. Isn't it weird how Garrett knows so much about the trolls and isn't in voice chat when they happen? Isn't that, like, the weirdest of coincidences? But Zimmy, do you have any ghost stories? Are there ghosts where you're at in Florence?
No ghost here, bro.
No ghost? Are you not a ghost believer?
What up?
What up,
Chief? We're talking ghosts today, baby.
Oh shit, I'm getting latency. That was my voice.
Isn't it weird?
I know. Who am I picking up?
I think it's, hold on, I got this.
Yeah, I don't have many ghost stories either.
Yeah.
I guess we saw a scary ghost at Spookstock one time. Dog-faced ghost.
Oh, wait. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
Remember that dog, dude? That dog was fucked up, bro. Not fucked up, like weird, but like it looked just weird, man.
It looked weird. It had been living out wild.
It acted like a pit bull, but it didn't look like a pit bull.
Yeah, like feral.
It was all like a snake. It was like
it
was like a wiggly pit bull, but it was not a pit bull. It looked like Frankenstein's dog.
Yeah. That's he looked like he had different parts of different dogs.
I'm pretty sure we woke up, we're wiping frost off of us. That was the night we fell asleep. When it frosted over, we fell asleep outside. That motherfucker came up because we had the fire, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember all of it because acid's a hell of a drug. But
yeah. That's dude, that dog was weird. I just remember because it was like a bird dog that somebody obviously had just left
there or something. Like it was just, or it was from a nearby house, like quote unquote nearby, like 10 miles away or whatever. Because there's not a bunch of houses out there or nothing. But and he was just like, I hear some fucking music. He's like, oh shit, there's a lot of people here. It was a cute dog. It's a good dog though. It wasn't mean, but it looked like it would fucking murder your children at night. It was and it, like, I don't know. It didn't look like Buff. It just looked like the horse pestilence from Red Dead Nightmare, but dog version.
Oh man, yeah, it looked like some Resident Evil shit. Okay, so hold on. Because John said it, I'll check it out real quick. I don't know why I typed it in there. Hold on. Go to the tubes of you.
Don't go to my tube.
We're going to the tubes. I'm going to your tube. Apparently there's some Brian Laundrie stuff going on, but I think all that's going on... Ooh, Brian Laundrie clothing found! Gang.
Oh, dude.
Attorney says they found some clothes. Do we make a stream about it today? Do we push Brian Laundrie's clothing being found?
I don't know.
Yeah, they got the parents down there at the reserve today. Thought it was interesting.
Ooh, and they found his clothes.
Yeah, they found something. I'm watching that guy. You guys watch JB or whatever his name is.
Ooh.
24 dislikes. Who the fuck has an attitude today?
It's one person. We're already pretty sure we know who it is.
One person with a bunch of accounts?
Yeah, I've been keeping him around as an example.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Speaking of examples in one person, dude, when are you gonna get Bannerlord Online, you motherfucker?
Oh shit, dude. Fucking now. I need to get Bannerlord downloaded on this fucking computer, actually.
Here's the thing, though. I wanted to say, or make sure you know, is if you want to play Bannerlord Online, at least for right now, it's got to be version 1.6.1.
Oh. Okay, so it's got to be... Hold on, let me write that down. Where's my pen?
Write that down.
Looking like Zach Galifianakis. Bannerlord.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, guys. I just thought you might want to know about this.
You're good. Yeah, you're good, man.
We might go.
We love interruptions. We're talking about fucking video games right now.
Yeah, damn straight. Yeah, we like to get off topic. It's Weird Wednesday. It's Woo Woo Wednesday, baby. But we might straight up have to pop off here at the 2-hour mark and do a 2 hours on this clothing, I guess. What do you guys think?
Hey, man, I'm down. Talked about this motherfucker enough.
Yeah, right.
Hey, and also you're the boss. You want to talk about Brian Laundrie's dirty underwear, dude? Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. Well, hey, I'm down for that. Let me take the stream on down. We'll pop back up here in a bit with Brian Laundrie and keep our Woo Woo Wednesday again. We can still talk about ghosts, baby. We can still talk about whatever. Yeah.
Well, he probably is a ghost by now.
Yeah, damn straight. Fucking, I don't think he's alive. I think if they found clothes, he might be naked in the fucking. He probably tried to fucking go out like into the wild. You know what I mean? But suicide. Like, you know, found a way. I don't know. Or put himself in a body of water as he killed himself or something, so it's extra hard to find him. Like a fucking piece of shit would.
Or maybe the body's been removed from the clothing.
Yeah. Okay, let me hop out of Discord for a second. I'm gonna hop down the street, grab some tobacco, and I'll be right back, gang. We'll pop this off about Brian Laundrie's clothes. Let's fucking investigate. Let's talk about his undies. Hell yeah. I'll talk to you guys here in just a second. And you guys, thanks for joining us for this brief, interrupted by breaking news, ghost story times. This has been good. All right, we're gonna go deep on Brian Laundrie's clothes here in just a minute, gang. I'll talk to you guys in just a second. Oof.
Could be early in the morning, could be late at night, wherever they're joining from, and I'm just trying to put it out here on social media so that as many people know that we are now following this new update. And I believe that we're also going to have WFLA's Allison Henning joining us here in a second. Masa, just so you know, your mic is muted here, so I can bring your mic back up whenever you're ready. I know that you're working the phones, but this is now, again, prefacing this by saying this is according to Stephen Bertolina, who has been unorthodox in his methods of communication as far as communicating to the media. It was something we were talking about 24 hours ago with WFLA's Josh Benson, texting out information to the media as it has come in. But again, he can